Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Saturday, January 3rd. Welcome. Um, I didn't realize I had started to record. So, we're off to a good start. Um, I am recording this on my phone. My phone before I quit recording on my phone because it was doing some weird stuff. So, we're going to see if it will work. I wanted to see if I could upload off my phone because then I can do some videos and upload them while we're on vacation. We were supposed to leave on vacation today. But yesterday was just a stupid day, and so we're going to leave tomorrow. And that works for us because we have planned absolutely zero for this vacation. I think I know where we're headed. We've not made a single reservation, hotel, nothing. So, here we are. Anyway, I thought I would try to catch up on some of what's going on around here and some of what I've been doing that I didn't catch up on because I ended the last video kind of abruptly because I knew on the computer I wouldn't get it posted. I have to be at the office. We do not have internet at home. And I knew I wouldn't get it posted if I didn't just go, okay, here, because I recorded the last part of it at the office. So anyway, I hope everyone had a happy new year. I usually do a word for New Year instead of resolutions. On really good years, I remember that word all the way through the year. Last year, I'm not sure what my word was. So, I feel like the last half of last year, I kind of got into a funk. Nothing really bad, but just not giving anything my best effort. So I'm hoping this year to change that. I hope this video comes out okay. I won't be able to tell because like I showed you in the last video, I dropped my phone and shattered the screen. The screen is not cracked where the camera is. I don't think, but if it looks kind of fuzzy, it's because there's packing tape down that whole side of the phone and it covers the camera. So I'm doing the best I can. I hate buying new phones. Dax keeps saying we need to go buy new phones, and I keep going, it's fine. It's fine. So anyway, I wanted to show you, oh, I forgot to bring her business card. For Christmas, this was what Dax was very surprised to see that he got me. This little project bag. How cute is that? Look. And it's made from one of those old cloth calendars. My aunt used to get these, but she did the ones where you sewed all the sequins and beads onto. But this made me think of her. And it has a little pocket up here, a little vinyl pocket where you can put in like the name of your project and everything. Her business name is Pleasant Home, and I think she has an Etsy store. I'll try to remember to put it in the description, but I make no promises. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cute. I don't know how Dax just always knows what I want. It's so weird. I had bought it, and it was around Thanksgiving, and she had messaged me and said that she was going to wait until after the Thanksgiving holidays to send it so that it wasn't sitting in a post office somewhere. And I wrote her back and I said, that's fine. I said, it's my husband's Christmas present to me, and it doesn't matter because he's going to be so surprised when he sees what he got me. So, and what it holds is, we're not going in any order here. My New Year, New Start, and Addison is doing Hallie's bedroom in little ballerina bunnies. For Christmas, I bought her, we bought her a sweet little rug. It's got pink flowers and ribbons and everything on this rug for her room. And it's so stinking soft. Anyway, here is where I'm at on it. I did like from here down on my start, except for this right here. I did that today. And then today I did from this little headband up. I decided it's going so fast. Like I said, this was on my start. And y'all know better than that from me. But I decided that this will be my blessing stitch. So I'm going to do my best to get it done before the end of the month. And look, y'all. Do you see this? I even separated out my colors. New year, new me. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to set this on top of those. There's too much stuff around here because, yes, I've got too much going on. Okay, I worked again on, I don't know if I showed this in my last video or not. That's what happens when they cover such a long period of time. Spring Bunny Love from Snowflower Diaries. It's a free pattern on her blog. And this is what what it's looking like now. I think I did show you before, and I had gotten like the bunny and her up to there, and so I worked on her skirt this time. I'm noticing if I don't have to go to work, I can get so much more done. Okay, I did purchase a new pattern, and I'm going to show y'all right now so that I can set stuff over here on top of it. But I got, here, let me take it out of here so it's easier to show you. Stitches So Beautiful did in her Facebook group, she did a free pattern every day. This is not one of them. And I downloaded those. There are one or two that I might do. Most of them aren't. It's not that I don't like them. They're not things I would put that much work into. But she was also doing a sale of 53% off of her patterns, which made this one like $8 or $9. I don't remember. That's the beauty of paying with PayPal. I don't remember. Who knows? Anyway, I ordered this full coverage. I am so in love with this. It is just flippin' beautiful. So, I mean, it'll go to the back of my bucket of things to start, which are many. But I saw that and I couldn't quit thinking about it. And I showed it to Kirsten and she could not quit thinking about it either. So we both bought it. I know, it's crazy. I don't think she has any plans to start it either. I don't know. I am completely stressed out about this vacation. Yesterday, we went to pick up the rental car because it's a driving vacation. That's why we don't have to know what we're doing. And I had reserved the car to pick up yesterday, and we went to pick it up. And Dax drives. He is a little bit of a control freak, so he doesn't drive when it's just, he does not like anyone else to drive. He wants to be in control, which is fine. I want to drive anyway. I want to look around. Maybe cross stitch, whatever. I don't have an issue with it. But we get over there to pick up the car yesterday morning, and his driver's license is expired. He has handed his driver's license to I don't know how many people. It expired in July on his birthday. So for 6 months, people have been taking his driver's license at the bank, whatever. It's not a valid driver's license. Nobody said anything until we went to pick up the car yesterday. And so we had to put everything and make me the main driver, put the reservation in my name, which I think it already was. But he asked her if I can get this fixed, can I come back and get added on? And she said, sure. Well, she was probably thinking, there's no way. She had to be thinking there's no way, because I will tell you, it was ridiculous. We went back to the office. I don't know how it is other places. In Texas, you can renew online. You go in. When it expires, you can renew online. Then the next time, you have to go in again. Well, the last time he renewed it, it was online. So he had to go in. I don't know when they changed it, but at some point they have changed it, and you have to have an appointment to go for any reason at any office. And it said the next available appointment was like the middle of January. Well, that wasn't going to work either. Like I said, we were supposed to leave today. So it said that there were some places where you could get an appointment same day. They had a limited number of same day appointments. So we went to the office in San Marcos, and the system doesn't tell you no, it just keeps going back to the very beginning when you try to see if you can get in that same day. And so we left there and we drove to New Braunfels, and that office, same thing with the check-in system and everything, the kiosk that they have. And so we were out in the car, and I tried calling the office in Seguin, which usually is the least busy office. The one in New Braunfels is a few years old, but it's huge. It is huge. And they really try to route most everything through that office. And so I called to Seguin. You can't get a hold of an actual person. You can't talk to anything but the AI. And I was getting frustrated, and Dax was trying to find anything that he could. We were both on our phones sitting in the parking lot. And he said that there was a desk in that office in New Braunfels, like an information or whatever, that had a couple of people sitting up there that you could actually talk to. And I didn't see them because it was kind of around the corner. So I went back in and talked to a very nice lady. And explained what was going on, and she asked, do we have his birth certificate scanned in? And I said, I have no idea. And she said, we need a birth certificate, a certified birth certificate, or passport. I said, I know the passport's expired, because that's on our list of things to do, is get the passport renewed. And I said, I think we've got a birth certificate. And she said, well, it has to be a certified copy. And I said, well, it is old school where it's everything's like the page is all black and the letters are in white. And she said, that's the good kind to have. And she said, you can come, I can get you an appointment 1:40, 2:40, or 3:40. And I said, at this time it's like 11 o'clock. And I said, let's do the 2:40 so I can go find it. So we went back to the office. And I looked where it would have been if it was at the office, and it wasn't there. And so I came to the house and dug through stuff, and I did actually find it. Got back to the office. I on my way back, I went and grabbed some medicine for Dax because he's sick. Hooray. He's got a head cold. And went through a drive-thru and grabbed some lunch because I knew he is stressed and wouldn't think about the fact that Kirsten would get hungry. And when I got back to the office, it was 2 o'clock because none of these things are close together. So we went back to New Braunfels, and we got that done, and then went back to the rental car place and got him added, and everything worked out. But by the time all of that done, we picked up the car at 10 in the morning. And by the time we had everything done and taken care of, it was 4 or 4:30. It was so many hours just of stress of trying to get something done. But I thank God for the wonderful lady at the DPS office who squeezed him in, and because without her, it would have just been awful. It would have been awful. I don't want to drive all that way. Dax doesn't want me to drive all that way. And I don't want to drive with Dax in the car all that way. So I said, not today, Satan. Not today. I am a child of God, and you don't get to win. So it was a lot. So everything I planned to do yesterday, like making sure all the laundry was washed so we could pack and all of that stuff, got put off until today. And that's what I feel like. Bring me peace. Anyway, I know that was a lot. I worked on ABCs of cross stitch. Just a little bit, not a ton. Filled in more of that little basket down at the bottom. I guess, I don't know if it's a basket, a little fence, I don't know. Nothing dramatic or anything like that. Nothing that's going to knock anybody's socks off. And all I really want to do, y'all, is just go take a nap. Because with Dax being sick, he's got I don't know if I said it just a minute ago, he's got a head cold. And he was very restless last night. And which means neither one of us slept good. Okay, I worked on my boots. This is one I bought as a kit. It was missing the fabric, so I'm using fabric that I dyed. And this is the center boot, and I actually finally am starting to feel like it looks like a boot. This time I filled in a little bit more through here, and you probably can't even tell that that's 2 different shades of red. This has been the bane of my existence, I swear. But then I came over here and started working on this side over here. And like I said, I finally feel like it's starting to look like a boot. Because it has been a lot. This resides in a cute little bag I got at Dollar Tree. It was actually in the makeup department. Don't ask me why. I have worked on Hallie's birth sampler. And here we are on it. It is coming along. This is the edge of the dresser up here. So we've made it all the way across. I don't know if you can see that or not. I can't see you. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's looking pretty good. Need to do some more back stitching. I was missing this color. At one point recently, I was like, okay, yeah, I ran into town for something, and Dax was saying that my trip seemed like longer than just what I said I was going for. And I said, well, I stopped at Hobby Lobby. I was going to the post office last Saturday. And I said I went to Hobby Lobby to get some more floss since I was right there. Stuff I didn't have. He's like, I don't even know how that's possible. And really, I have it here somewhere in another kit, I'm sure. But because I do kit up all of my projects individually. So there's no doubt I have multiples of colors. But I like to be able to just grab the bag and a pair of scissors and be ready. There's a needle minder with almost every project. Some of them might be missing one. And a needle with every project. And all of its flosses, or as close as I can get at the time I kit it. Anyway, I worked on this one, Spring Homes. It's by Mary McDonald, and it's from Whispered by the Wind. Is the name of the company. Anyway, here's where we are. Ing. Before I only had the G, so I added that and then started on the little border. I'm not going to lie, y'all, I picked this up. When I pulled it out, I had this piece of fabric, and I had a moment of panic that I started it the wrong way, that it went this way. But I reread everything and measured, and it should fit just on this side. I don't know if you can tell. The fabric looks, it's a, one of those from Hobby Lobby. I was looking to see if I have this stuff in here. I do. It's an Artiste, it's called Vintage Blue, but it's like blue and white. It really looks kind of like clouds. But, what else? Oh, at Christmas time we got Ryan, because he has his own little chair at home, so we got him one for here. And it was vacuum packed. I didn't know that when we opened the box, and it was like all vacuumed and wrapped, and it was, when Dax undid it, it was scary. It was so awful. It has puffed up now. I thought I was going to have to do one of those Temu before and after. You know, this is what I ordered, this is what I got. I didn't even get it off of Temu, but oh well. I worked on, I'm doing this one, the little sheep. I feel like everything does look blurry, and I apologize. This is out of a very good collection by Judith Gibbs, this little book. I am not doing the heart or anything like that. I'm just doing the little sheep, lamb, whatever. And I'm doing it on a green Ada. And here is where we are. This time I think I had just one color in the bow. I didn't have all of his head done, so I finished up his head, filled in the bow, and started on some more of him. I thought he'd be kind of cute as just a little pillow at Easter, or maybe a stand-up or something like that. Out of You're Welcome. Where's the one I'm doing? My finger's covering it. This one. If you know how I am, or I guess if you know, me and welcomes. But y'all, I'm a little bit blown away here. Do you see that? This right here is the end of the stripes. The blue starts here. I can't believe how close I am to getting the blue done. So that means I've got to be, and we'll look at it again. There we are. That's got to be at least halfway, maybe more. It should be more, right? It's the flag. So I'm almost to here. I'm pretty pumped. I am pretty pumped about that. I can tell you that for sure. I worked on this one. I call it Calendar Owls. It is on, it is one of those, this is from the 2011 calendar, October 17th and 18th. It's one of those desk calendars that has, these cover 2 days, that Janet had sent me. She sent me a box full of these calendars, and so this is one of them that I've pulled out and started working on. And I'm not doing mine on, I don't know if that one was on black or a navy blue, but I had this dark, I thought it looked like a cloudy kind of gray. So this time I had this owl done, and most of the branch, and I think this cloud. So this time I came up here and did this other, brought the tree up more and did the cloud and started the other owl. It's fun. And I have a whole page of ones out of the, I've only looked through like a couple of years, but I have a whole page of ones I want to do. We'll get there, I guess. Cut that. And cut a string off. Out of Celebrations to Cross Stitch and Craft Christmas 1991. It looks like this. I'm doing this Santa. I'm doing the whole thing. I call it White Santa. I don't know what its actual name of the pattern is, but that's where I'm at. And Here we go. This right around in here is the page break. So I'm down on the bottom half of the pattern. And today I did a lot of this stuff down right here, but it's a few stitches here and there in a lot of different colors. And some of them are like, in this little area is 2 colors to give it detail and stuff. But if you look, there is a whole lot of stuff going on down here on the bottom half. I'm not going to have these big chunks like up here. This is all just a whole bunch of little stitches here and there. But that's okay. It's going to be beautiful when it's done. I could have gotten all these out, but if we're being honest, I really wanted to go take a nap, so. Right? Stress and all that. I am working on the sheep virtues. I'm working on gratitude. Actually, I'm working on several, or a couple at least. Gratitude is the one I worked on this time. Here, I'll take it out. That was just crappy to see. There you go. I'm sorry, I feel like nothing's going to be in focus with, tape over the camera and all. Here is where I'm at. I didn't have all of the top filled in. I filled in some of this side going down, and then I thought it was the wrong color, so I pulled it all out, only to find out that it was correct. But I did like these leaves at the top, all of these, and I started the G in gratitude. I have several of them on here. Some of them are finished, some of them are not, but I don't want to cut any more out because I have finished a couple, and to be quite honest, I'm not sure what they are. I'm not sure which ones I've done and which I haven't. So I decided it's better to just leave them, right? For Christmas, I got a bunch of black. It's like a yard of black 18 count Aida. What I asked for was black floss from everybody, but Wyatt was concerned that if everybody gave me black floss, I would have too much. I tried to pull it out of my little box and it did not work. And I wanted the black floss because this is on my new starts later this month. And I'm going to do it all in black, obviously. So I told everyone, you're not going to get me too much black floss. But Wyatt had concerns, so I told him the black Aida because I'm going to be doing this. This is a new start this month also. And I've decided to do it on the black instead of, this is full coverage, and instead of stitching all that black, I've decided to just stitch it on black. But you may be beginning to guess that I've got a thing for Santas, apparently. So I got that for Christmas. I think that was everything I've stitched on, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was looking, because I thought I had written down where I ended my year with whips. Oh, I did. I ended the year with 184 whips. I think that's about 20 more than last year. I don't remember, and I don't think I wrote it down. But that number, I'm not sure if it is accurate because I keep everything by when I started it in my bins and stuff. So I was putting things back up, and I came across this one. And it is one I have started. There you go. I've started it. Where it was sitting in my bin, it doesn't say anything about it coordinating with that in my book where I keep all of my stuff written down by when I started. Write them in there. So now I have to go back through and compare other things and see if I have it in there or if it's missing altogether, and look at my calendar and then see where it goes. And it's a whole thing that I'm not ready for. So there is that. Here, I thought before I've been putting away Christmas stuff, and so I had these couple of things. I have more, but these I thought I'd bring and show. This is one I stitched. Oh, well, that's better. A few years ago, 2016. Wow, time flies. Anyway, and I made it, obviously, into a pillow. And then this is one that I stitched in 1996 is when I finished it. I'm sure it was out of a magazine. I feel certain, but I don't know. And again, obviously finished it into a pillow. But I thought that was pretty cute. Do you see my initials on there in the year? They're actually, this bottom square right here is my initials in the year. In general, I don't do them like that where you can see it clearly. I don't know if you can see that at all. I don't usually do that. I usually hide them somewhere. I don't usually do it at all, but like I said, if I do, I usually try to hide it. What else? Here is my ortometer for 2025. That's pretty good. We're above 75%. So there you go. I am a little bit Corsair triple smoke. I love this stuff, but they don't sell it at our local liquor store anymore. And that was my last bottle, empty bottle. So now I don't know what I'm going to do with my orts for 2026. I'm at a loss. I am at a loss. What else? Oh, what else did I want to show you? Oh, I have to tell you, Addison and Jacob, this was so funny. They took Ryan to Dollar Tree and they let him go around and just pick out things to be gifts. And then they put all of us into a wheel and spun it on who got what. I got probably the best gift. I got Slim Jim. Wyatt did get a planner. Dax got some very girly floral shower gel. Kirsten got a vegan leather wallet that says goat on the front of it. And I don't remember what Kaylee got. I can't remember at all. Abigail got a can of cat food. So, but I thought that was absolutely hysterical. Okay, I think I showed that, well, it's been quite some time since I finished. I picked 4 of these and did them for the kids for their Christmas ornaments this year. And Wyatt forgot his here, so I still have it to show you. I could go make Kirsten do hers out, but anyway, I did 4 different ones, and I bought the things to do the covered buttons. I think they're an inch or an inch and a half, and I had these snowflakes. So here's Wyatt's. The snowflakes are very glittery. Yeah, you can probably tell there, and did each one of them like that. So I was pleased with how they turned out. And all of the kids, even Wyatt, said they thought they were cute. So I did FFO some stuff in time for Christmas. They actually got them for Christmas. So there is that. What else? I feel like there's so much else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else. We did have the joy and the pleasure of going to Dax Volunteers. He's on the board for the local chapter of Crime Stoppers. And so we went to the awards ceremony one night in December. And it was a dinner. And it was at a venue out here in Wimberley that's a nice venue. We've been there for other things. But it's an outdoor venue. And if it was like today, because like today, I don't know, it's probably 80 degrees. Yesterday, I think it was 85. The night we went for this dinner, it was like 40 degrees. It was so cold. By the end of it, by the time stuff was over, I told Dax, I just want to go. I can't even feel my feet anymore. Because you had to dress nice. So I had on heels and they were open toe because it's all I had to go with anything. I wore a skirt that was longer to cover more, as much of me as possible. Anyway, so we did go do that. That was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think if we've done anything else fun and exciting. I don't think anything out of the ordinary. We had a client that brought us a box of Belgian chocolates. There are some fantastics. It's a sampler box. There are all kinds of different chocolates in there. Most of them are wonderful. They're rich, and it's like I can't eat more than 2. They're very rich. There's one that is like the cream filling in the middle of the chocolate is Parmesan cheese. I don't know how other people feel. It doesn't really matter how other people feel about it. Chocolate and Parmesan cheese are not a match for me. There's another one that was, I think it said the name was Sicily for the flavor. And basically it tasted like, I don't know, a ravioli smothered in tomato sauce and dipped in chocolate. Again, not a match for me. Now, like I said, most of the chocolates in there were fantastic, but chocolate and Parmesan I'm not a fan of, and chocolate and tomato sauce apparently I am not a fan of. Yeah, I'm a no. I'm a no on those. Okay, I think that is everything. Oh, no, look. I did finish doing my crocheting my Christmas tree. It is not lovely. It is sad. It is a sad little tree. I mean, I did crochet in the beads. The bottom is just like folded over. And there are beads on the bottom because I was crocheting along and I'm like, I'm tired of doing this. So I just ended it, even though there's beads. So basically, you just pull it tight. Tie it all in the middle and pull it tight. There are places, obviously, like you can see the filling inside. It's like right here, right? It's expanding. I either switched and made it too tight. I really feel like right there I changed directions or something. I don't know. It is not lovely. This was not a success. Okay. I really think that's all. Really. I don't think I have anything else to show. Oh, I do have one more thing. Jeez Louise. So quite some time ago, years ago, I stitched this for the Ronald McDonald House Charities. There's one in Austin. That is mine to take care of this for. And I had stitched it, and I was trying to find framing and trying to come up with something, and I finally had an idea. And so I cut this because it's only going to take up part of the frame. That's why you can see this frame back here and Ronald McDonald waving. He's glued in there. He's going to be like over here beside this. So I had cut mounting board once before and messed it up. And so I finally got around to cutting it again. I laced it all on, and I was supposed to cut it, it's the width I want, but I was supposed to make it really, to fit in the frame, it needs to hug right at the stitching here and here. So it's too big. So I have to undo everything I did. I'm not happy about it. I can tell you that for sure. But, sorry I bumped you. My word for, because I don't do resolutions, I'm one of those people that chooses a word. And I do like that concept. I don't always remember the word halfway through the year. So, this year, if it's going to be just a word, my word is going to have to be Nike. Because Nike, I don't know, I say Nike. Because what I've decided is this year I need to just do it. Instead of having the ideas floating around in my head, just like this, I need to just do it. So I did it. I just laced it on here and got it ready, and it is wrong. So apparently I need to measure before I just do it. But anyway, I'm going to continue to try. That's why I came out here today, even though I really wanted to take a nap. Just do it. Just go do it. Go do it and get it done instead of going, oh, I should have done that. So anyway, it looks like it is plenty long, this one. If I record on vacation, they should not be this long at all. They should be little quick ones. And if I do get to record, I will try to post them. Just go ahead and do it. Ah, see? So, anyway, there we are. Thank you all for watching, for liking, subscribing, commenting. I do appreciate it all. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, y'all. Bye.